Hi guys, I don't really have anything to say in the intro, so let's just get right into it. How do you expect to love someone else when you don't even learn how to love yourself, right? Our cup needs to be filled by ourselves first, and only after that we can fill each other's cup too. You have to learn self-love so that you will know your self-values, your self-worth, and you will know the right way of loving someone else without being toxic to each other. You wouldn't want to be this possessive and obsessive, this overly cringy person in the relationship. It is toxic. If you are having attachment issues to that someone else, it is toxic. I know for a fact that I wouldn't want a partner who can't get a life too. Your relationship could break up anytime, and heartbreaks, they always happen. So when that other person leaves, you have to have this steady and stable life just like that person didn't even exist. And another thing about detachment, you know how people say that love is blind, and yes, love is actually really blind. But if we really dive further into it, it's not the love that makes you blind, but it is you yourself that is making yourself blind. So when we fall for red flags, but we still excuse them for all these red flags that they're doing. Why? Because we cannot learn how to detach ourselves. When we become so attached to that other person, then we will automatically become blind, to be honest. Our emotions, our feelings will overcloud our brain, and we will not have this ability to think rationally anymore. The reason why we learn detachment is because we will be able to think rationally, both rationally and also emotionally. And only with detachment you can do this unbiased thing. You can learn how to live all by yourself, and then you can also learn how to complement other person's life. I don't want you to get jealous of your partner's friends and colleagues just because you are insecure. What I see is when girls or boys they get jealous, it is because they feel insecure. They have this inferiority inside them that is making them feel like, oh my god, why is he talking to them? Is he going to cheat on me? That is the lack of self-confidence, honey. That is. I will never want to be that kind of person who always check up on my partner and asking if he is going to come back home soon, who he's meeting with. I never want to be that kind of person. I want my boyfriend to feel very free, and I don't want him to feel caged, and I don't want to feel like that too. It actually goes to both parties, both boys and girls, but I will say it in a girl way. If your partner is calling you to do something that you're not really ready about, if that partner is calling you to get onto the bed, but you don't really feel ready, you have to learn how to say no. You cannot just give in. Our bodies are much more vulnerable than men, and we're more at the loss when it comes to those things. So you have to especially learn how to say no. By the way, you don't need to give excuses for the reason why you're saying no. You don't need to. Okay? And the person who got say no, you don't have to ask. Don't ask. And this also goes to boys. They have to learn how to say no too, because I know that most of the boys, they also get taken advantage, and it's not really something that I want to see. So boys and girls, girls and boys, kings and queens, please learn how to say no. When I say boundary, we have to also think about the respect. So we have to respect our boundaries. We have to respect our other partners' boundaries. And only if we respect each other's boundaries, and only if we respect our own boundaries, then we will be able to maintain this healthy relationship. You need to have firm boundaries, and you will have to learn how to say no firmly so that no one will take advantage of you. The person that you're currently dying to have right now, you're gonna be like, oh my god, I beg and steal, I would kill, I would die, beg on my knees to have this kind of person. That person could be the wrong one for you. This also goes back to the detachment too, to be honest, but I don't actually want you to force things and be like, me and him have to end up together. I don't want you to be like that. Whatever flows, flows. Again, whatever flows, flows. Sometimes life has other plans for you. You have to let life unfold naturally, and you have to stop forcing things because nothing good comes from forcing. It is not mean to have high standards. If you think that having high standard is something that selfish people, self-arrogant people do, then let me rephrase it. It's not actually mean to have at least some standards. Goes both ways, by the way. What do you expect from your partner? What do you want to learn from this relationship? What good will this relationship do for you? What do you expect to get from this relationship? What is your ideal relationship? You need to know all of these. And I am sorry if I'm rubbing my nose too much. I am having allergy right now. If your partner doesn't meet any of these ideals and any of these standards, then why are you even dating this guy? Or why are you even dating this girl? You're wasting your time. And that's probably the biggest sin that you could ever commit. Wasting your time. Don't waste your time. Do you know how embarrassing it is to get into a relationship? Even worse, getting into a useless relationship just because you're lonely. You have to learn how to sit still with yourself. You have to learn how to be alone with your feelings. You have to learn how to enjoy your own company. Only after that you can learn how to date freely. Anyone. I won't say anything about that. But before that, you must learn how to be alone with yourself and not feel lonely. Stay single until someone complements your life in a way that it's better not to be single. If not, it's not worth it. I really want you to keep this in mind. You have to control your emotions. I hope you're not the kind of person who abuses someone else just because you cannot restrain your emotions. And I hope you will never meet that kind of person who abuses you just because they cannot contain their emotions too. We have to learn how to control our emotions and how to deal with the conflicts maturely without getting vulgar or without swearing each other, which is the same, or without fighting. Do not date. Let me repeat, do not date if you cannot balance your life. I am disgusted by those guys who broke up with their girlfriends because they cannot focus on their studies. If you are going to get into a relationship, you have to learn how to balance things. You have to balance your time with your family. You have to balance your time with your friends. You have to balance your time with your girlfriend. You have to balance your studies. You have to balance your work, your social life, giving time to your pet, everything you have to balance. And if you cannot balance, then don't get into a relationship in first place, okay? Breaking up with someone else just because you don't know how to balance your own life is freaking immature. Don't do that. So learn how to balance yourself first, okay? Don't be childish. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I'm very giddy today. I don't know why, but okay. I love you, cookies. Bye-bye. Mwah.